So first we're going to find the 5-number summary for each of these, and then we're going to make a box block. So let's start with the students with the money in their wallets, and let's do the 5-number summary. So the minimum is 0, and of course we can see that the maximum is 10. All right, now our median, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So let's see, right in the middle would be 5. I believe that's going to work. Let's see, there's 5 to the left and there's 5 to the right. Yes, so our median is a 5. All right, and then let's get our quartiles. Okay, so to the left of this 5, there are these numbers here, and 1 is right in the middle of that. So 1 is our first quartile. And then on this side of 5, there are these 5 numbers, so 7 is our third quartile. All right, now let's do the same thing for the faculty numbers. So we'll get the 5-number summary. The minimum is 10, and the maximum is 73. Let's get the median. And I assume again that it's 9 numbers. 11 numbers here, okay. So 11 in the center of that will be 25. So 5 to the left and 5 to the right. So 25 is our median. All right, so let's go ahead and circle that 25. All right, to the left of the 25 is this. So our first quartile is in the middle of that. It's 15. And then our second quartile is in the middle of the ones to the right of the 25, so it's 31. Or rather, our third quartile is 31. Okay, so now we're going to make something called a box plot. To do that, let's notice our minimum for this one is 0, and our maximum for this one over here is 73. So I'm going to make a scale first, and I'm not going to be real straight with my little draw feature here, but it should be a straight line. Of course, I can't be real perfect trying to, and this is not very straight at all, drawing this, but I'm going to go ahead and tick it off. This starts at 0. We'll do 10, 20, 30, and these should be the same distance apart, just a number line essentially going all the way up past the 73. So 50, 60, 70, we'll go to 80. Now, normally I would erase what's to the right of my 80, but if I do that, it will actually, well, let me see, it might not erase the whole thing. I did. That's what I was afraid of. Well, maybe I'll draw a little straighter this time then. Well, that's a little better anyway. All right, now, what we're going to do is let's start with the box plot for the students. The minimum is 0. I'm going to mark that with a line, and the maximum was a 10. I'm going to mark that with a line. The median was a 5, which will be right in between. The third quartile, or the first quartile was 1, which we'll put right about there. And the third quartile is 7, right in here. And we connect the first and the third quartile, and then we connect the min and the max to this box in the center. Okay, so there's our first box plot for the students. So let's keep in mind that this one is the students. I'll just mark that that's an S. And I know my box almost looks like letters, but it is a box. All right, now this sort of shows the spread for the students. They're fairly close together. They're fairly clumped together monetarily here between 0 and 10. And most of them are between 1 and 7 here. Okay, now, on the other hand, let's look at the faculty. We're going to put that one right up here. So the minimum is 10. So I'll make that there. And the maximum is 73. And then the median is at 25. And the first quartile is at 15. And the third quartile is at 31. Right up there. Now my boxes should be the same height. Not perfect drawing on here by any means. But notice the boxes give us an idea of the spread of our data. They also give us an idea of where the center of our data is. Most of the students are going to have, or most of the faculty are going to have money in their pockets somewhere in this range here, whereas the students, of course, that was much lower. Notice that there's a lot less variation in the student box plot, whereas the faculty box plot expands all this distance. There's much more variation. Even within the center boxes, there's much more variation, and there's obviously a lot of variation between this person who had $31 and this guy out here who had 73. So we can tell a lot about the variation from a box and whiskers plot.